players and teams have to say about the international and, of course, the up-and-coming matches.
Hey DPM, I'm with G from Dara. So you're going to be facing Absolute Legends. Do you think you're going to beat them 100%?
The only thing I can say that we will be fighting like tigers do. Rrr.
Wow, animalistic. Okay, so since you're the last match, have you picked up any new strategies or styles you might use?
I'm learning something new every second of my life.
Great, philosophical. Okay, so for the very last question, some fans out there want to know, since it's for such big prize money, do you sometimes get nervous when you're playing, so it makes it hard to play?
Of course we get nervous, but we can deal with that. We are professionals. So I don't think our hands are shaking during the games.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, and good luck in your upcoming match.
Thank you.
Back to you, Jamie.
I love Russia.
Awesome. They're so
In
awesome.
Russia, interviewee interviews you. All right, then, so let's meet the rest of the team then of Dara, and we'll get the game on the way as soon as possible.
Artstyle, Kharkov, Ukraine.
Fanik, Kharkov, Ukraine.
Goblin, Kiev, Ukraine.
G, St. Petersburg, Russia.
M, Kiev, Ukraine.
All right, then, so that makes the whole lineup of Dara. Guys, what have you got to say?
G is amazing. I have talked to this guy through the international group stages. He is his tag is perfect. He is actually. I'm sorry, I just read the play style. Is that a real play style?
I am on the run, and I am chasing guys for fun.
Guys, right?
I feel like this is very Shakespearean.
Sounds like something my mum would say. What?
Very
What?
Shakespearean. You've got the whole rhyme going. It's very poetic.
Did Dara write that?
I think probably.
I think they did, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, come on, it's Dara, right?
Okay. Well, that's Dara. They're a great team. You guys surely know them. They've qualified for the international, but they are, of course, going up versus absolute legends that are ready to play here at midnight. So good luck, absolute legends. You'll have the advantage going in, but let's see what they've got to say.
My mum was really shocked when every time she woke up she saw me online playing games. But as long as my grades don't fall down and I keep going to school, it's all right by her. I think our boot camp was really needed. I mean, we needed the time to practice since our online gaming wasn't going too well. We got some really good experience that we really needed for the international.
I'll probably back last year's winners, which is Na'Vi, to win the international. I believe our team has the capabilities of beating Na'Vi, yes. It will bring me great joy for once if I do actually win the international. Many other events I came second, so I'm still holding on to my curse. Apparently a few of my friends are going to have a session there at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to watch our games. So hopefully, yeah, just enjoy, drink up, whatever, you know, and enjoy our games and other games that's happening throughout the international.
Winning the international would mean the peak of Dota 2, I can assume. I mean, there's no bigger tournament or privilege to play than the international too, so winning this would really mean a lot to me.
All right, then, so that's the Absolute Legends interview. That was taken from the boot camp a little bit earlier, and also the group stage matches, which actually Absolute Legends went 5 and 9 in. So we'll see if they're able to kind of come up with a decent performance. Of course, Dara went 3 and 11, so they do look like the favorites going in. But let's meet the rest of the team for Absolute Legends.
Bleak, Calgary, Canada.
Godot, Sydney, Australia.
X-Musica, Sydney, Australia.
Shatan, Melbourne, Australia.
Snoopy, Melbourne, Australia.
Absolute Legends from Australia. Gods, we're going to turn to you. You're the guy that should know everything about them.
Everything, probably a bit too much. Had
really?
too many personal experiences with them during their boot camp. Probably shouldn't tell too many stories. We're not going to get into that. But they're a team with mixed results, I have to say. The group stage was very rocky for them. They had some ups and downs. They lost to Mao's M5. They went 1-1 against. They 2-0'd EG. It was very up and down, a bit of a roller coaster for them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, AL are a team that coming in, a lot of people didn't really have high expectations for. They weren't really thought of as being one of the best teams in the international. Going into the boot camp, I remember God's telling me that he thought they were going to play very well, and I was like, man, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. But they totally beat some of the better teams. I mean, 2-0ing EG is legit. That's a very good team.
It's very hard to kind of place where Absolute Legends are going to finish in this tournament, just based off their group stage. So I don't know if we can give a prediction for this match, but do you consider them to be the favorites over Dara? I think a lot of the community would, but of course it's best of one. So
it's best of one. I'd give them the slight edge. The big sort of wildcard factor is going to be Artsal. He's the captain from Na'Vi who won the $1 million last year. He's come back with Dara, a new team who hasn't been performing out that well, but I mean, you can't really take that away. He has the experience. He's been on this stage before. Dara's a team who could cause some upsets.
All right, and Bruno, got anything interesting for us on either of the teams over there?
Yeah, well, AL is a bipolar team. Until May, they had 70% win rate. From May until now, they have just 34. I pretty much believe that everyone got a girlfriend during that day and started losing. But now they're here and they're alone. That might be a good chance for them.
Can you confirm, Gods, any of these stories? And Bruno, anything about Dara that we should know about some of their players going into this matchup?
Oh,
to
yes,
look out for?
They do have a great strat. They pick blue heroes.
What page is it on?
It is in the Dara page.
Okay.
They pick blue heroes.
It
seems to work for them. They have 67 Leshrac picks, 39 Enigma picks. They're 8-1 with Riki, 8-1 with Storm, and 12-3 with Night Stalker. So blue heroes is the way to go.
And what color hero should AL be picking to counter the blue heroes?
This is what I saw. There was nothing on that page. He held up a page with there are words on
yeah,
there.
there are words in there.
Bruno, we're going to have a talk after the show wraps up
just
today.
like, yeah,
just a couple of minutes of your time, if you can spare it with me, that would be great for tomorrow. But we'll have you back, of course. He's giving me puppy dog eyes now. But, of course, let's go into the game. We're going to be ready. It's going to be Absolute Legends versus Dara. It's a best of one. The loser is out of the tournament. They want it so bad. Thank you so much if you stayed with us this whole time. And thank you so much if you've enjoyed everything we've done. But let's throw it to the game for now. So over to the commentators.
Thanks, James and the boys. We are here for our last game of the day. Game number 4 for round 1 of the losers bracket, where Dara gets to go up against the Australians, Absolute Legends. They are the underdogs, but the underdogs bite pretty hard. That's the Australian style. That's the way they're going to roll this time around. But Dara, they're led by the captain who led Na'Vi to victory last international, not to mention a star-studded lineup coming out from them. It's going to be a difficult game for Absolute Legends to win. Dara definitely the favourites into this game, Slash.
It's a bit difficult to say, really. Everybody before the tournament were thinking that Absolute Legends were one of the weakest teams out there, really.
One of the first teams. I think it was actually bottom. Like there was a 16th team people were ranking in.
And to my shame, I actually have to admit, me too. I actually put them at the very bottom at that point.
I apologize to AL. They're on the bottom of my list as well. But they really proved themselves
exactly
in the group
stages. They were playing some amazing matches and winning some very important ones as well. Dara, on the other hand, were underperforming heavily. Although they always had some really close games where they had massive early game advantage, they always kind of had the problem of finishing the game.
That is true. It has been this weird thing, especially for teams that like revolve their lineup around broodmothers or heroes that just don't have that oomph to get themselves over the line, into that tier 3 tower, knock it down, knock down the racks. They just don't have what they need to end the game. And then you'll have teams that pick up things like Lone Druid, who can then just walk over you because, like, well, we can just sit here inside of our base. We've got Coddle Lone Druid. You can't push him. We nuke you. We're getting stronger as you waste even more and more time. What you gonna do? You push back out again, you start taking your tower, start winning fights, and things go harsh. But the way we're seeing our lineup, at least we're going to get a very, very action-packed. So far with our bans, we do see Darkseer, Lycan, as well as Naga being moved out by AL, Storm, Tinker, as well as Broodmother being banned out here by Dara. And you got to say Dara's lineup reeks of aggression.
Yeah, Dara lineup, as always, really. There's not much change in it. Chaos Knight Wisp is something that they love to use, same as eHome love to use Wisp plus Tiny. And Leshrac, an overall great hero for early game aggression.
And of course, Leshrac in combo with CK as well. You could be looking at an aggressive tri-lane just here.
It just works. It just works. Absolute Legends have responded by picking up Tidehunters with Rubik to, well, one big team fight hero and one of the most versatile heroes, possibly even the most versatile hero in Dota at the moment. Invoker, there's another one for AL, and so we will be entering the second banning stage for both teams.
Yeah, that we will. So AL, they've got a lot to play around with. Of course, Rubik, he has been the most favored hero from most teams. Either he is banned or he is picked. We can throw a question out to Bruno with this one if there has ever been a moment where Rubik has been ignored as far as the draft goes. But
I highly doubt it, actually.
If there was, I didn't sleep through it. Now we get Prophet, again ignored. For the all people at home who will be very, very happy about this one, Morphling is banned. He is the 4th ban out here by Dara. Anti-Mage also making the ban pool as well. So in case AL have any conceptions about going late game, they're going to have to go out of the convention of this competition. Might even dabble into the old world of Void, Spectre, if they're thinking about the hard carry. But more than likely, they'll look to really crank it up in the mid-game. If they don't get in the mid-game, CK and Wisp will just walk all over them. They can't have a hero that hits their mark at about 25-30 minutes in.
That's true, of course. And Dara will be looking for their 4th hero. Bounty Hunter was banned out. So Chen, another heavy early game aggression hero. And AL, there are not that many sort of classical characters left apart from the Syllabir, the Lone Druid, who is still in the pool.
That is true. That is true. Well, we can always have our fun mid-game heroes. Who needs a carry, man? Who really needs a carry? You get those heroes that just dominate. Look, give me a Windrunner right now. Give me a Night Stalker to cap off Dara's lineup. I'll be happy with this selection.
I believe Dara will be incredibly happy with the Night Stalker too.
They might even go down the lines of Queen. Well, actually, no. Yeah.
As in for AL, I highly would advise against picking Queen of Reno. We all know that Musica loves the hero, but in this current situation, they're going to go with Enchantress, so we're going to have early game fights galore, as it seems.
Yeah, it's going to be trade up, and there's our Windrunner from Dara. And now we'll cap up that lineup. So we get a wonderful lineup from Dara saying we win this in 40 or else disrespect to everyone who basically just says, you know what,
40,
you're a great
really?
team.
Go about 25.
25?
Mm-hmm.
I'm stretching it to 40. Give him a
yeah,
little bit.
possibly because of the chaos.
Disrespect at 40, Champagne at 25.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can go with that.
No, that would just work just fine, I guess. For AL, there's one more hero to be picked up. They picked the Enchantress because of the Chen, I guess, to counter him a little bit as well during the early game.
Yeah,
I hope
we
will
need something
have
for the jungle.
Yes, I do hope we have sort of the 2-on-2 situation in the jungle. That would be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. No, there was only the other option, the 2-on-2. You mean like you want to see aggressive trialing versus aggressive trialing with Enchantress and Chen going head-to-head, which in the best scenario for AL would be to run the Enchantress down on the bot lane to go in the raiding jungle. And Tiny is the last one. Bleak gets to take up the role as Tiny. So Absolute Legends' final hero. So we've got good burst damage, we've got good, in fact, a little bit of global depending on the way Musica wants to build up his Invoker, but he will be taking up the Invoker for the Australians. Snoopy onto his role as Rubik. Bleak, we know him for great farming. And, well, hello, Mr. Frog. He'll be taking up the role as Tiny. Down as Godot, he'll be taking the roles in Enchantress. I gotta say, his Chen is one of those things that makes the girls go wild. Is Enchantress just as good? Shaitan, the man, well, he is voted as the sexiest man in Absolute Legends, at least by my vote. I know other people vote for Musica, but I go for Shaitan. He will be taking the role as Tidehunter.
I'll just let that comment pass and rather continue with all the Dara boys. Artstyle once again on the Chaos Knight. Funnick will be supporting him on the Wisp. This is just something they've practiced so many times already. G on a solo mid Leshrac, as it seems.
Man, this is the best time. You won't have time to end this. The wars drop down. There goes the Tether Artstyle. He's got Chaos Bolt. Who do you target? Musica is going to be Snoopy. 2 seconds on him. Turn around, Snoopy. Wonderful hit there. Artstyle be hold down. Won't be enough, though. Rubik's already dead. Bleak on the retreat. Avalanche tried to slow Dara down, but they just kept persevering through it.
Yeah, that was, in terms of level 1 capabilities, I really think Dara had the far better lineup, basically.
I also want to give a big shout out to every single cast that's been tuning in today. With that First Blood, we have gone for a full day without missing a single First Blood. So shout out to AC, Draskell, Luminous, and LD.
Yeah, that's actually very brilliant, and I'm incredibly happy about that thing too. So
but don't worry, we'll miss a second kill. Don't worry.
Yeah. Please don't. So otherwise, we're gonna have to do that walk of shame towards a hotel later on.
Snoopy as well as Mag, just saying hello over on the top lane.
I think Mag is a bit, sort of a bit persistent in his greetings. But
why not? Mag's Windrunner is one of the most funnest Windrunners to watch play. He's so aggressive with it. It was one of the things which originally were very, very, like, I remember I was massively excited about the way Bamboo would play his offlane, because no matter what happened, and he did an interview with Dota Commentaries as well, talking about his Queen of Pain offlane, and just talking about how aggressive he likes to be on that offlane. And that aggressiveness you get, you do need Wards to do it. At this point, they don't have Wards to do it, so Snoopy's going to get his sweet-ass revenge up on the top lane, but it won't stop Mag from at least trying.
Yeah. The trouble, of course, was because of the sort of first blood situation, he went for a Shaka shot on level 1, and therefore does not have the Windrun to account for if he wants to escape. I got the impression that Snoopy doesn't know it, though. He's not trying to trade hits with him at the moment.
He's just trying to make sure that if Mag comes in close, he pushes him back. He doesn't want to stay too close in that lane because he hasn't dropped his own ward. Most of the time, there's a ward planted just around this region, and it lets you see everything you need to on the top lane, be you aggressive or defensive. But in this scenario, both teams decided, let's not do that. We had wards planted to watch the runes, so a lot of it's just based around God playing that Leshrac in mid lane up against Musica as the Invoker. And even now, God enjoying a easy stump, but Musica, he's like, well, I'm Quas, man. Why do I care?
Of course, DG did get the first blood, so therefore and instantly brought up his bottle, so that's going to be Boots plus bottle minute 2, which is absolutely incredible already.
So we'll see if he gets that rune. He's going to check top rune, and he gets unlucky. It goes bot lane, but then Edict trying to come out from God, getting closer to Musica. But he didn't, well, actually, he had the man to follow it up. But the double damage already taken by Shaitan. So we get the bottle denied, and the courier starts to make the little trek out there. Windmill flying for the Honey Badger.
And probably gonna, put the bottle on there and go for the bottle crow since Titan denied that.
This is the laziest farm I have ever seen here in the jungle. They stacked up, used a Tornado to do it, and Funnick as well as Goblin. Goblin up to level 3, Funnick up to level 2.5. But they're still doing nothing against Shaitan. They don't want to come in close.
The pings are coming out, that they have a ward watching it. They're going to go.
We're going to have a crack, but he's not close enough. Reality Rift must go, but he's got to get himself in range for that one.
Shaitan's got boots. He's too fast. That Tidehunter is a really fast man.
See, I told you it'd be a second kill. Middle lane, looks like Godon as well as Music are teaming up together.
And with a very evil laugh, finishing it off.
Wait, what?
That Invoker. Never mind.
Yeah.
Not important.
Lame joke at 1 AM in the morning. We'll move on and just say for the guys playing the drinking game, congratulations. It wasn't your joke, it was mine.
I didn't even notice it.
I know, that's why it was so lame. Let's move on. 1-1 on the board. How are we actually going as far as last hits and denies? Hello, Tiny. Bleak at 21 for 5. Up on that top lane, and the chance doing pretty well. In fact, both top slots taken by Absolute Legends. Chaos Knight not far behind on 19, now 20 on the bottom lane.
I'm really wondering if Bleak is going to go for that sort of carry build again with face boot drums early game for the max movement speed, or if he's going to go for the more classic arcane boots into dagger type.
It's more difficult because most of the time we've seen Tinies have been coupled up with a Wisp. So in this scenario, you've kind of got to say you'd have to look down the lines of a dagger. He's got to have that initiation, that ability to get in. So either he relies on phase boots, which I don't think is going to be enough for him, or he gets that blink. It looks like Goblin as well as Funnick. They're diving on Shaitan. Shaitan getting blocked by the creep wave, gets the salve off, and now Goblin actually overcommitting a little bit, and the support rotating in. Goblin's going to know that Musica is right here. He's got Cold Snap. He's like, hello, Funnick, give me a Cold Snap. He wants Goblin. Shaitan comes back in again, says hello. Now Cold Snap already used, but Funnick, he's taking out the creep wave, and now tethers out to God. That is the shortest tornado I've ever seen by Musica. But
that's a level 1. It really is. It was a Wax level 1, so you can't really get any shorter than that.
Point blank tornado. Man, that's almost like melee range.
It probably is. But Tiny going for which item, I really think Blink Deck in this scenario would be better. Leshrac, Windrunner, Wisp, Chen, 4 very squishy heroes to take out.
Are we still looking on that bottom lane after a little aggression? Style up with treads. Probably going to build up. Well, maybe he might go earn.
Mid. Is God actually going to get the trap on it? No, he's not. They don't want to dive it. Well, he does get the trap off, but.
It's a little overcommitment there by the Enchantress, trying to deny her own creep at the same time. Goblin returns towards the middle lane. And that means they just move away from God. Don't overextend that one too much. Love how Snoopy just starts his own stack up of the bigger creeps on the side camp. These little suckers right here.
Artstyle is, of course, free farming on bot lane. Meanwhile, while Tiny is free farming on top lane. And Tiny, indeed, still not buying anything, though. And it's going to be Phase Boots.
But will it just be Phase Boots will be my question. Or do we see him go like drums? And just go that mass movement speed, or is it Blink Dagger into something else? God and Mag. Man, this is about to become a sandwich up on the top lane. Haste Rune for God! Musica, he'll tornado, but the Haste Rune will last longer, or will it? No, it dispels! It dispels, so God, he is trying to get away, but he is, well, he's fine. There's an Ursa chasing him. I thought maybe. The Ursa even kills over, said, I failed you. God gets away.
In the end, denying a rune was so worth it.
Yeah.
And Mag doing a walk into us top lane once again. Well, it's so easy to lasso with the Tiny who's got Phase Boots as well. The damage is insane.
And this is just getting a little bit, also a little bit messy up on the top lane. Snoopy, he was waiting for that wind run to come and then to pick him up with telekinesis and just hurl him back and waste so much time with that as well. And here we go again, trying to get in close, but just that range of telekinesis not as big as he would really enjoy.
It still has a sizable range, but at the same time, it's so difficult to try to pick out a Windrunner. It's got boots as well, and even if you pick her, I don't necessarily think you're able to kill her, unless Tiny gets a full avalanche toss combo onto the Windrunner.
Yeah. And right now he's got 4 points in toss and only 2 in avalanche. So I was like, all right. Go with that one. No 4-4 combo, doing the 2-4 combo.
What's a bit surprising though, that Godot's been actively moving around with his Enchantress, while Chantress really has not. Goblin on that Chan.
But Godot's still managing to get a higher CS.
That's the thing.
Well, Goblin came into mid lane, I think, once, and he also...
Twice.
I think there was a couple of times when he was looking at bottom lane to try and help it out, but that's just the opportunity never really presented itself.
Yes.
Shatan's used to playing the off lane, and killing up a Tidehunter who's level 4 with 2 in Anchor, 1 in Kraken, and then 1 also in Gush. It's not an easy task to do.
Some nice stacking come there on from Snoopy as well. I believe it's for the Tiny to go there with an avalanche toss and finish it off completely. That'd be awesome. This time it's again G snagging that rune and some very nice blocking there coming
Snoopy. There's a block out by one of the Saturns. Oh, maybe from the Harpy Storm. And Gold won't get out of this one. Nice shackle return by Mag. But that's going to be it. That Harpy, her wings are bigger than we thought.
Yeah, and that's a prize for stealing the regen rune.
Try and control the runes. There has to be a price, either being a good price against you or for you. In the meantime, Bleak is still keeping up with Artstyle. It's bringing this crew is getting closer and closer. But Artstyle sitting at 50 for 20 against a 58 for 23 on the top lane. And the higher income is coming the way. The gold per minute is 380 for Bleak.
Radiant's top tower is
and now he's searching for Mag, diving a little bit further back past that tower.
Snoopy's there as well, but the ping already comes out from Mag. He knows that Snoopy's there.
Demised.
Shatan, he still wants to get close. I'm surprised he's not using demon spots. Like this little guy in here, and a little trap here on the side as well.
It's a bit risky, I guess.
It's risky, but if Demon can do it, then not many other people can do it. Love you, Demon.
Let's see nature's
now got a smoke from Absolute Legends. And they're going to find out God, or God's going to find them. The creep's coming out in the smoke, so instantly he goes up towards the high ground. And the ward is watching him move.
He's incredibly fast. He's got 350 base movement speed, and plus the arcane boot, so he's a lot faster than those supports that were just coming in for a gank. And to answer your question, it will actually be a full drum of endurance being purchased out on the Tiny.
Alright, so he is going to go that type of speed. And look at bot lane. Big push to come through, or raise the dead in a couple of moments' time. There's the first dead now being raised. Second corpse will give him another set of... there's a lot of skeletons on bot lane.
So maybe would be nice.
Yep, and that's what Shatan's going to try and do, but he's brought in. There goes the tether. He's already been 4-second stunned. He can't get anything off. TP comes in from Godot, another place he wants to be. Music makes the foot come as well. Blink wants to have a crack. There goes the toss on Funnick. Not enough to kill him off. Hand of God from Goblin. He is level 6. Shackle won't latch him up properly. Troll trap as well. Goblin trying to go on Bleak. Rubik's having a little bit more fun with Chaos Knight. A little bit further back to bringing down the Captain Dara.
Asa was once again doing his usual thing by diving way past it, but that Tiny was sort of cutting the retreat route, so he kind of had to run the other way.
It's like a split Dara in half.
Yeah.
Looking in the mid lane now. I think Bleak, he doesn't have mana for a full combo. He's 30 short, but Tornado misses from Musica.
Is a Tornado hit that would have been a 100% guaranteed kill. Just Avalanche into Cold Snap, no, that would have been it.
Surprised Godot runs east instead of running west with Bleak giving him some extra mana. It looks like you'll group up with Shaitan, who's now on the top lane. So that means bottom lane is going to be Snoopy going solo down the bot lane. And that's kind of fair enough. They're feeling the pressure coming. So how do you really deal with that? There's only one real way, and that's trying to go negative. Yeah, Mag's in trouble. Avalanche double hit, tossed up, and hits the deck.
That was some nice coordination coming on that level 3 anchor smash with the minus armor as well, dealing a lot more damage since it's physical. And Bleak looks to be heading back towards the base, regening his mana up, and then coming back later once again.
We got round 2 on bot. Goblin is happy to assemble his army. Artstyle is good to go. Phantasm's on cooldown, but 3 trolls coming towards the front lines. And this is tier 1 tower gone. Rubik cannot hold this by himself, Favebolt or not. And this can keep going as well if they want to, but Goblin, surprisingly, he's retreating back.
He probably wants to buy up his full mech, which he doesn't right now. So it's flying out to him. The full mech completed on the Chen, minute 12. While the Enchantress didn't go for the mech, but rather for the Arcane Boots.
Oh, Enchantress is all about having that extra mana. Seeing them also getting some easy farm, but looks like...
they're giving it to Shaitan.
Yeah, that was a lot of money to him. That's going to be his Arcane Boots as well.
If he really decides to go for Illusion Rune, like one of the few runes, one of the few heroes that actually really benefit from the Illusion Rune is the Chaos Knight, because of the Reality Rift.
How to pull in for everybody. Snoopy and Bleak looking at that bot lane, and really Arstyle's not wanting to go anywhere near that.
No, those are some of those heroes that you really don't want to pull. Well, not if Bleak is still there.
Not unless he's got almost every single member of his team behind him. At which point, then yeah, he'll be happy to go in.
Might as well, right?
Just realized too, Funnick is level 6, and this is something Absolute Legends don't know about yet. So look for that time. Are they going to tether up and have a bit of a trek around the world? The ping's coming from the mid lane.
Possibly to mid. Yeah, they're going to go mid.
Right up to the Musica. Got to get this done. Musica very fast on the reaction time. Jumps inside of his Ghost Walk.
They literally have to go back now. Are both of them going to go back?
Yeah, they're still tethered. They'll both go together. And Musica just showing he's still there by walking through that range creep.
Bleak taking quite a sizable amount of damage there from the Chaos Knight Illusions because of his low armor. And they probably want to go on Bleak once again.
We got Snoopy as well as Musica. Thinking about God. It is going to be bot lane. They do go on him. There's a lot of TPs coming in. Godot wants to try and hold him in. There goes Reality Rift. Goes back on Godot. EMP. Tornado as well going out there from Musica. Funnick, he's basically pretty out of everything. 2 seconds done. Godot heal. Keeps him alive for the moment. Hand of God trying to keep Arsa alive at the same time. Musica trying to focus on Arsa or Funnick. They've got to split the tether. There we could pull back in and get Reality Rift. And there's a 4 seconds done. Plus a 2-4-4 crit. Everybody from Absolute Legends starting in the bot lane. Funnick found a new friend. It's God. Arsenal trying to run away from a cold snapping tower hitting. Musica. 2 seconds stun is returned.
Does Arsenal have a TP? Yeah, he does.
He's out. Siege Creep will find him as well, but it's too late for Musica to find him. He had a Tornado he could have possibly guessed, but it would have been a pretty big guess.
It was a bit odd that Musica was firing that Tornado in the middle of the fight, because that actually sealed the fate of his teammates, since the EMP therefore did not hit anymore. So Chaos Knight was able to let off one more Reality Rift and one more Chaos Ball, which killed the Enchantress.
So now we sit 14 minutes in. How are we actually looking as far as overall gold? Well, the last couple of minutes has really been a big teller for Dara, up to 2,500 advantage, and they were falling behind as well. AL were leading the way with experience, and probably a lot of that's been down to Godot doing what he does so well in the jungle. And it goes back Dara's way, but only by about 500, so it's very, very negligible.
It's all about when the Chen is going to go for another push on another lane, possibly. But he really does have 3 Dark Troll Warlords, so he might as well move. 4 stuff being purchased up on Musica, so more mobility for him.
Interesting when Bleak will, like, what he goes to the, like, do we see that Blink Dagger? We were talking about the movement speed, and it's kind of like removal for the need of the Blink Dagger, because you're able to chase down, so then you can start looking at your Aghanim Scepter. Maybe that might be what he is thinking, but it's so unusual. It's so unusual to try and work out like exactly what Bleak will want to do in this scenario.
Yeah.
There's so many different builds that will work for him.
It's a bit difficult to say, really. Against most of Darrow lineups, you can always go for BKB because they all have those spell heavy. Arstyle is going to move in once again, but the phase with time is just too fast.
And they want to go for the tether. The rest of AEL now. TP's going to come in. Shatan, Ravage will pop. Catches God as well as Goblin. Hand of God's going to go on to keep them all up alive, and it might almost be enough, but no, it's not.
Oh, nice
God's
shackle.
down. Goblin's down as well. Bleak as well as Soupy. That's a perfect shackle by Mag. Shatan back towards the front lines. Arstyle wants to keep pounding away. Godon trying to do whatever damage he can, but he needs some range for that to do some damage. There goes Arstyle. Fall gone for Dara. Mag's going to want to escape, but maybe not. Tornado up. Anger smash. Gush. One last shackle.
It's a complete team wipe there for Dara. AL completely wiping the floor with them, trading two of the main heroes for them. They're going to be happy with just the Rubik and Tiny dying there.
It might almost be, well, maybe some damage to the Tier 1 tower, depending on how fast the support TP's down. But Godot's still got some decent mana because they're running double arcane boots during that fight as well. So all the mana they expended came back so fast. And they want to do some damage to this Tier 1. Why not?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And where Dara G's went back towards top lane to farm, with Bleak also being there. So G actually needs to be incredibly careful if he goes further. Bleak probably wants to kill him really, really fast. And G is in a very bad position, also using the stuns, so stuns on cooldown. Bleak is gonna go. Music also coming in, the cold snap, avalanche toss, instant death.
Oh man, who else is in? Arstyle turns up, 4 seconds stun, and brutal hits there on Musica. Bleak pops level 11, so make him bigger. It might be enough. Snoopy, too much damage.
Oh,
nice shackle. Mag is on absolute fire. Double kill for the Captain Arstyle.
And in the end, what just turned out to be for an easy game for AL just turned into a 1-for-3 trade.
Man, Shackle's a boss.
Yeah.
Especially in the hands of Mag. It's so
It's
brutal.
absolutely brilliant.
And the crits which Arstyle's getting too. He's getting these perfect stuns, long stuns as well.
Yeah, he is in that respect, he's of course very, very lucky and incredibly fortunate, I should say, but sometimes you just need that little bit of luck.
Yep.
And the perception, just bravery is being rewarded in this case.
So Tier 1 tower goes down the top lane. That's the second tower, or third tower actually now down. All towers which have fallen belong to Absolute Legends. So gold advantage, even though it's only 2,500, 3k of that should have come from towers, so technically Absolute Legends are still winning the lanes and the kills as such as far as gold goes. But when it comes to the overall, that's what counts. And it's currently going the way of Dara. And looks like Arstyle as well as Funnick. They might have to tether themselves a little bit faster out of here.
It's a BKB already been picked up on Arstyle. He's skipping the drums.
18-minute BKB, and he's still got 1k gold as well.
Yeah. I think it's an absolute correct decision in this case to go up against AL. There's no real need for the drums if you have a Wisp on your side.
The only thing you kind of want to do is protect your Wisp.
He's probably going to pick up a Vitality booster now to go for the heart later on. Yep.
He's got Tranquil Boots for now.
But who does? Sorry?
Tranquil Boots on Funnick.
Oh, on Funnick? No, I was talking about Asa.
Oh, yeah. I was talking about keeping Funnick alive.
Well,
protect your supports, man.
Yeah, that's a bit just difficult to do, but I bet Funnick can just jump around with the tether as well.
He's got Aghanim Scepter flying down, so it's like God. He's going to go Bloodstone. He's in fact already got his Soul Booster if he wants to split himself up, but not likely. He like to hold on to those Arcane Boots for as long as possible.
It's better for his team. He can still split it up later when he's got the full Bloodstone.
AL's making a move again on top lane. And once again, Funnick as well as Arstyle able to hold back. They see Shatan, and now it's like, oh wait, there's the Gush, there's the tether. Will they be picked up by Snoopy? They need to get a little bit closer.
Going different ways.
Man, this is not the split up they wanted to do.
TP, they probably want to fight.
BKB up from Arstyle. Snoopy, pull back in again. From 4 seconds, stun again on Snoopy. Then they go on to Funnick. So 1-for-1 is going to be the trade. Godot popping up the heel. Shatan, great Ravage, catches out most of Dara. Hand of God wants to do the job. Goblin trying to come and try to send anybody back. Music, another 4 seconds done out by Arstyle. Now over to Godot. Will it be enough? Rihanna pulls it back in again. Here's a wipe of Absolute Legends.
It's just wives being traded left, right, and center. It's just both teams fighting incredibly harshly. Always, we always see good ravages, but this time it was just not enough.
This is getting brutal against Absolute Legends. That's the second fight in the top lane which has gone against them.
It's essentially Artstyles Chaos Knight just running out of control. He was able to completely kill the Rubik before the fight even started. It was 5v4 to begin with.
And then got 2 4-second stuns during the engagement too.
2 4-second stuns, 2 very, very crucial crits.
And man, Goblin got there in time as well for the Hand of God plus the mech charge.
And he's picked up the Vlad, so they're pushing incredibly fast once again. So although AL did win one very, very big fight, they were still not able to capitalize on it. They couldn't push in. While Dara is just doing the classic gank plus push threat. They're ganking, they're winning a fight, and then instantly pushing one tower down. 2 Artatos left remaining now.
Yeah, they're able to follow it up pretty easily too. Like it doesn't seem to overextend too much. Dara, you look at their lineup and it's not heavy.
Gee. They're pretty world going. What I don't quite understand is why Shaitan is going in first. They are trying to kill him.
The Snoopy will be the pickup for him. Unless they're trying to initiate with the Gush, and that's not going to 100% work for him.
That's why I said it should be better if the Rubik walks in first for a gank. Well, it was a bit of an odd decision on top lane as well, but in the end it's still working out. Nothing's lost yet. I mean, the advantage is not something that is so huge that you can't turn it around.
Musica setting up a mid lane, forced stuff away by Mag. He felt the presence coming. It's too many of Godot's creeps, and well, there's a Tiny on the field, which they don't know where he is.
Tiny is still trying to go for that Agnum Scepter, but he is 1.4k off. And G's not going to make it too easy for him unless the rest of AL also come down.
And then again, Bleak, his movement speed pretty fast once he pops off that drum charge plus the face boots. And he'll be able to catch up God then. Shaitan sits over on the side. If he got one Gush off on God, then God would be gone. It'll be an easy rundown for Bleak, but I'm watching Funnick and Artstar now grouping up on the top lane. That one aggressive ward, this ward has just like done so much for Dara over the past not even 5 minutes. That decent amount of time. 3 minutes. It kind of feels really like longer.
What really is a bit weird, now the invokers that we normally see in games are actually to be able to dominate their lane, which was not this case. Musica has got faced with 4 stuff, but it's still fairly slow. And doesn't have a huge impact in the game so far. Another aggressive wall being placed out by Dara. And the Mag Goblin as well as Funnick moving through the jungle. Artstar following closely behind.
Dara wanted to check out to see what was really going on with the warding on the high ground. But they also put their sentry wards in a position where if AL want to get rid of that one, they've got to go a lot further into their own jungle, which at this point is not safe. Especially when now 1 tornado, 2 tornadoes. GG mid lane. It's just sinister laugh. Kind of goes along with these tornadoes. Says you just cannot stand here, and this is going to be the easiest push of Dara's life against the tier 2. AL, you already see them, they're giving it up. Unless Shaitan really wants to have a crack at it, but I don't think they do. Fortification, EMP tornado, just slowing them down for now. Musica trying to stay close, but Artstar would love to have a crack at him.
And that would almost be enough gold. Yep, that would be enough gold for Reaver, which he's going to pick up right now. This Chaos Knight is getting far too big. ALs, they cannot bring him down during the burst. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, they don't have enough damage for it. And there's no real proper right-clicker for Absolute Legends.
Well, not yet, basically. Tiny still needs some time. But the thing is, even if he gets his Agnum Scepter, his attack speed is not high enough. He doesn't have a Wisp on the side.
Musica can to an extent can help with that one, with Alacrity. But only to an extent. He needs a lot of his other abilities.
Would be a level 1 Exalt Alacrity as well, so it's not optimal. G walking around with a newly bought Bloodstone. And AL, I'm pretty just seem to ignore her, this 5-man push mid lane. But I don't think that's going to end particularly well. All of Dara are moving in.
It's supposed to be a quick push and a quick jump out, but God, it's going to be Invis coming through the rear. And there's no sentry wards up here from Absolute Legends. And Dara have great vision. God, this could be the son of your life right now if you're able to claim it. Bleak turns around. I think they feel that they're just there. There goes the EMP Tornado.
Oh,
Nice on
double
the Musica
stun.
as well as on Snoopy, but they're going to hold him in place. Tossin just hurling around. The Funnick and Arstyle come in. Big hit, big stun. He's already got one. Buyback in the game by the Invoker. Blinks on the run, but Rihanna pulling back in again. Godot, any kind of stun, not to stop him. One last right click by Windrunner. Follows him across the map.
And once again, it's a 1-4-2 trade.
And a buyback to add to the mix. Buyback by the Invoker during that.
Which was rather unnecessary, I imagine. But in the end, Dera are getting ahead, but they just need to keep their composure. And it's a hard of Taras completed now on Artstyle. 25 minutes in, BKB, hard, CK. How are you going to deal with that? And level 16, I might add.
So 3 points up on Phantasm. And once he finishes the Manda style, Artstyle will be unkillable and will be quite happy to kill everybody else.
He's currently critting for 630 on creeps.
Decent.
I suppose, yeah, it's not too bad, is it? It's not too shabby.
Yeah, for 26 minutes in, it's acceptable. Wondering where Goblin's really heading right now. Are we seeing prep for tier 2 on bot? I think we are. It's the last outer tower of Absolute Legends.
Is under attack.
Even the tier 3 tower in mid. Really? It's still under attack. It's on full life, man. It's on full life. But push on bot lane. It's like they are going to try and stop it. Musica's coming in with Bleak.
There was. They know exactly what's going on. Dara know exactly what's happening.
And Bleak wants these creeps. He really wants these creeps. That's his Aghanim Scepter there that's walking away.
Yes. I'm just waiting for Artstyle and Funnick to go in right now. Waiting for the tether and then the rush of the Chaos Knight.
Artstyle wants to go. Funnick. Tether it. Tether it. Or will he go with God?
Oh, never mind. They're just going to push it open.
At this point, it's probably better for Funnick to tether up with God. But no, he's going to go with Artstyle. Good. EMP Tornado and Funnick just goes off to the side, so it's losing. I think he does break the tether because of it. And then instant smoke after the tower's gone.
Oh, Mag. He is not in the smoke. I was a bit surprised that they didn't just wait for him, but there was no real need otherwise to pop the smoke that early.
Dara waits for no man. Oh, Roshan time. Dire. Their only ward is too far away. The vision of the Dire basically ends.
They're coming though.
You can see the line.
You can see that Mag standing outside.
Nice tornado. Right through Artstyle as well as Funnick, but they don't really care. Artstyle's got a heart. If AL want to initiate, they can do so. Power shot out by Mag. Standing his ground, taking the tower.
Nice reality rip.
Picks up, Musica comes on down. Maybe a little bit of trouble.
What a
just
shackle.
keeps him tethered up. And now jumping up, Subi and Godot. Arstyle's up on the high ground this time around. Double kill for the captain. And he wants to catch up to Bleak, who does have the Aghanim Scepter, but Arstyle's like, I am Artstyle.
Too fast. This Tiny is just too fast. Even the Chaos Knight cannot catch up. Not going to be too concerned with it. They might as well just go back and finish Roshan, who's on half HP.
Yeah, Arstyle's making his move now before Roshan regens too much. Got to keep him in that combat. But that was still pulling him down and then getting back up again as well. It's the strength coming through. Leshrac landing his stun, landing whatever he can. And Absolute Legends cannot contest this.
No, it's once again they're using the Ravage and still not winning the fight. This is a very, very big concern because otherwise Titanider is not. Basically, Titanider's usefulness is a bit limited if he does not have Ravage. And yeah, DD Rune, why not? I wonder how much he crits for now. It's probably gonna be like 1k crit on heroes.
We're about to see, man. We're about to see.
Hyperstone.
Tether and crush, man. Tether and crush. I'd love to push now on this bottom tower. Of course, wait for the Phantasm. Style to make his move in. First one to go. Avalanche flies. Narstyle avoids it, so Funnick now tethered.
Yep, 1k.
Crit. 106.2 coming out from Artstyle. But the DD's going to wear off. They've lost their creep wave. So the push timing is not perfect.
They kind of still have to wait for Goblin to come in with all the creeps to tank it up. And the Wildkins to set up the Tornado.
Here we go. Tether in again. Artstyle beating down the tower. He's so saving his Phantasm as well as his BKB. Might pop one off right now. Nope, he holds onto it and loses a lot of his mana, however. Will need his Arcane Boost to bring that back again.
There we go. Chen is giving him that. One good reason to wait for him.
Oh, stolen out by Snoopy. Looks like he's managed to pick up Reality Rift. And Artstyle, he's just a tank on the front lines. Tower's gone down. AL have no idea how to really attack this. Artstyle loses a decent amount of life. Well, at least damage. 3 seconds stun out Musica. Artstyle trying to retreat back again. Just beats down the racks. AL, they don't know what to do. Goblins push up in the air. Now Blink, he wants to go on the supports. Nice avalanche toss, but Hand of God. Shaitan gets the Ravage off, but it's not going to affect Artstyle inside the BKB. Subi doing what he can, but Blink being beaten down by the Chaos Knight. Chen's already on the sideline, so the healer's gone. Mag's on low life too. Im's trying to fly out. Artstyle's already done what he can. Mag, low life. Godot one last hit will do the job too. He's on low life as well, but Funnick as well as God. They're wiping over everybody. Triple kill for Artstyle. He's got nothing left to really play around with.
They really want the Rex, and they're gonna get it too. It's once again they.
Oh, Reality Rift. Fail the first, work the second, and Musica just disintegrates. Ultra kill for Artstyle.
This is a huge
Artstyle again. He wants rampage. He's got no mana. He's got no. Oh, he gets just enough. Funnick gives it to him. Godot, last click. It is a rampage here from Artstyle. Bottom racked is gone. They mightn't even look to the mid.
They will. There are 4 dead heroes on the AL side at the moment. Only Titan Rubik now lives. Does respawn, but there's very little that they can do against them. They couldn't do anything with the Ravage, and they're not going to be able to do anything now.
For 15 minutes, this game stayed level. For 15 minutes, again, Snoopy. 4 hits from Artstyle. Now on Shaitan. 1, 2, 3. Meg Charge will keep him up a little bit longer. Maybe, but not long enough. Double kill now for Artstyle and the mid racks. This Chaos Knight is 16 for 2 with 11 assists up his sleeve.
This is an absolutely insane Chaos Knight at the moment. He has been a bit lucky early game, but then incredible performance by Artstyle, always going balls deep.
27 out of 28 of the kills, man.
Yeah.
It just speaks for itself.
He's been involved in 27. How often do you see those kind of stats? I believe Bruno is going to be very happy with those.
Yeah. He'll be playing around with that one. Chaos Knight now most successful hero at TI2. Nice Reality Rip, forced up away. 3 seconds on the Musica. Blink doing what he can. Now the stun's being stolen by Snoopy. Returns over to Funnick. 2 seconds stun up on him. Pulling him up in the air. Musica going in fits for this one. Trying to run away, but they can still see him. And Imps flying out, trying to bring down God, but Godot pulled straight back in again by Artstyle. Now 4 seconds stun again on Snoopy. 2 right clicks, but Leshrac takes his life. Now on to Blink. This, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the end of the run of the Australians. It's a double racks down. AL is currently being spawn camped by Dara. This is over. Shaitan with 1 Ravage. They want the kill on Artstyle. 4 stops away. Cannot get it. He goes straight back in again with the Reality Rift. He still has ages. Blink will go down. Mag is tanking up the fountain with the wind run. And that is all of AL gone. GG.
Thank you very much, guys. And of course, shout out to all the guys, those crazy people who are still standing here inside the Benno Riora Hall.
Yeah, man.
And of course, thank you for AL for providing us with such great games as well. Yeah, unfortunately, this will be the end of them for this tournament.
Yeah, that is it. 4th team now eliminated. Dara will remain in and advance, keeping some extra hopes alive for the CIS region. Of course, this is the end of our night, our last game, so we cannot go without having a last baby time word. That's not the word I'm looking for. Sleep time word coming out from Too Good and the rest of them. Good night, guys.
All right, then, yeah, thank you, Toby. It's been a long day, and thank you, Slash, as well, for commentating the last game. Huge congratulations, then, to Dara, beating out Absolute Legends. They're 1 step closer to that top 8, where the prize money kicks in at 25,000. They'll be playing tomorrow, as we started with 16 teams today. Now we're down to just 12. So what did you make of the match, guys?
Very exciting. A lot of kills, a lot of high intensity, big team fights, and it did go Dara's way. The Wisp CK combo, it was all about Artstyle, who's involved in 32 of the 33 kills. Oh, what a day.
Yeah, CK was all over the place, right? He was basically in every single battle, every single kill, as he mentioned. What was it, 37 of the 38? 32 of the 33?
33.
Whew, that is a high percentage.
Bruno,
what's the percentage
what was that look, Bruno?
Oh, are we friends again, James?
What was that?
You want me to be serious?
I would like you to stay with me in my hotel room.
It's doable.
Actually, he's in
What's
my
the
room.
percent chance?
My roommate's gonna
well,
get pissed.
technically, it's been an amazing game. We've seen the Enchantress dominating the Chen, Windrunner hitting all those shackle shots, CK getting huge. 17, 2, and 15 is the best line for our side so far. And it really worked well with the Wisp as well. Rubik not a huge factor as we expected him to be. He didn't steal anything really important other than the Hand of God. And of course, CK's illusions are blue.
Yep.
That's good. That's good to know. Yeah. So, all right then, guys. We're going to go to a winner's interview with Dara. I believe it's Goblin. So let's see what he's got to say about the win and also his game tomorrow, as they will be playing against, I believe,
DK.
somebody, DK.
Hey guys, this is Purge, and I'm here with the tallest Dota 2 player. This is Dare's Goblin. How are you doing, man?
We are fine. We just won our first game. We were a bit nervous because we don't want to be eliminated in first round. And things in our group stage were not so well, but now we are happy. We were a bit tired because we need to wait it. We need to wait till all teams will play their games. But now it's fine. We can go and rest, I think.
Were you expecting to do that well against Absolute Legends?
They let us pick Wisp, our favorite hero, so all is fine. We did okay with it.
I was a little worried for you guys when I saw the tiny pick, because I assumed that it would be a lot of AoE that would generally nuke down the Wisp pretty fast, and some of your guys' ganks weren't so good early on. Were you guys worried in the mid stage of the game?
Yeah, a little bit, but we had a Chen with a lot of heal, so we knew we can counter this AoE. We needed just our CK to tank and grab first wave of AoE, so then we can teamfight easily versus them.
All right, great. Thanks a lot for the interview, and good luck in your matches later.
Thank you.
Back to you, James.
All right, then. Yeah, seems like Dara had all the answers in that interview. He said pretty much, yeah, we thought CK was going to have to do this, our Chen was meant to do this, and we got our Wisp as the hero we wanted, and everything went swimmingly well. Did it seem that way? Was it that easy?
I mean, it was fairly straightforward. It was the rocky start, but once they sort of got over that little hump where AL had that strong sort of big AoE combo, once they got past that point, once Chen got up the mech, the level 6 ulti, it was pretty smooth from there on out.
Yeah, it didn't start, as you mentioned, at the beginning, not so smooth for Dara, but I think when we kicked into the first team wipe, where Dara actually, I do believe, team wiped AL, it just kind of steamrolled from there on, and we can take a little look at that as well. So here we are, guys.
Yeah, this fight here, this has been the story of the game. You've got CK Wisp constantly teaming up. It's actually AL thinking that they can hunt down the Wisp here. Wisp trying to go in there, and this is BKB coming up, and that's really the key moment where Dara can strike.
Yeah, once you get a BKB on CK, you can just charge on. And CK actually does a really high amount of damage for being primarily a tank initiator at this point in the game. I mean, we see a nice Ravager, does catch to him, but the Wisp comes in right back in there. We see the Hand of God saving everybody for quite a while there. At this point, there's really not a whole lot you can do. I mean, you're just getting decimated left and right. Godot tries his best to TP out. Unfortunately, CK good at canceling stuns with 2 skills, so it's pretty difficult to TP away from a CK.
Yeah, and one of the heroes which Slesh was mentioning just didn't come into play as in terms of a factor was the Tidehunter. Despite getting the Ravage off for Absolute Legends, it just wasn't winning many of the team fights.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to those BKBs, and even when he hits a few heroes there, the CK, he pretty much shrugs it off. He's just got so much HP. The Wisp basically means that you can heal whoever he's headless who gets healed twice, which makes it actually a really nice counter.
Yeah, it's really actually pretty sick. I feel like Rubik is another one of the heroes that didn't really do a whole lot this game. I mean, you pick a Rubik, and I think Dara kind of gave a master class on how to pick against Rubik. Just don't pick big, ridiculous ultimates. Don't go for Enigma. Don't go for Naga. I mean, if you can get Naga, but ban Rubik while you're doing it. Don't get Enigma. Don't get Leviathan. Don't give them things to steal. I mean, really, the best thing to steal was Hand of God, and then what, CK stun?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, okay. So it was a fantastic match, and once again, well done, Dara. Let's take a look at the brackets that we will be seeing tomorrow.